Let's not talk about the politics of Santa Claus. I feel like A, I don't care, and B, it shouldn't matter.
Oh. Yeah, Santa Claus was already ruined once for me. Let's not do it again.
8-year-old here.
When you found out he wasn't real?
Yes.
What day?
What age?
Yeah.
How old were you?
When we lost the magic.
Were you an older kid?
Oh, way too old.
14?
14?
15?
15?
It was yesterday.
I'm gonna go with a hot 12.
No, I figured it out pretty early because,
Okay,
Dad
but
was...
you're not giving me an age, though. You're saying pretty early, but you're still not telling me how old.
I don't know, I was like 6 or...
No, you weren't.
Maybe 8.
Okay. All right.
Dude, my dad used the same wrapping paper every year.
Every
It was
year?
pretty easy.
How does that tip you off? Maybe Santa Claus uses the same wrapping paper every year.
Same wrapping paper that he had in the one closet in the office in the house.
Okay.
So
you're
you're
just a
just-
sneapy little 8-year-old.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're just
looking
like
at Dad's closets?
Real
You're a
curious
bad
what
kid.
was going on behind closed doors.
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dicey D20. My name is Noah, Dungeon Master, and I'm joined here by our players. We are joined by Dabbledob Doppet. How's it going, Dabbledob?
Oh, it's going. It's a little early in the morning, but I love it.
Nothing like that early morning, Sunday morning recording session. It used to be cartoons on the weekends for me in the mornings. Now it's D&D. Life changes. How's it going, Gregory? You doing well?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I feel like I've probably been up longest, so...
You're used to the early mornings,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
I've been up for hours. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, no, I heard you up for hours this morning. It was wild.
What'd you do on your downtime, while waiting for everyone to get up?
Oh, I love my alone time.
You looked for weapons, didn't you?
Yeah.
Around the house.
Peter's like the actual Gregory.
Did he hide a greatsword in the closet next to the vacuum?
Yeah, no, there's nothing in the closet. In case anyone was wondering.
We are also joined by Mother Teresa. How's it going, Teresa? Doing well today?
Hello.
Good to hear your voice, Rogar. I'm excited for today's session. We are also joined by Fievel Mausentrav. Fievel, you had a pretty exciting episode last session. You rolling that excitement over to today? Like, you feeling pretty hot?
Yeah, I had a party for myself last night. That surprise party that you mentioned to me a while ago.
Okay, we talked about this. If you want to keep a surprise party a surprise, you got to put surprise party in the title of the event on Facebook. I'm not liable if you write party, and then in the description down below you write, this is a super secret surprise party, don't tell them. I already fucking told them. When I saw a party, I was like, yo, Ness, you're getting a party. And I didn't even fucking... Anyways.
But you know what? It was great. Had some wine. Right from the barrel. They brought in a whole barrel for me.
Wow, that's some D&D shit right there.
Yeah,
A whole barrel of wine. I love it. We're also joined by Tyson McKay, the Planeswalker extraordinaire. Tyson, how's it going, my friend?
Good. I had to carry Justin home last night after his barrel.
I'd imagine so.
I took his pants off.
Some more D&D shit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for the very first episode, the new year. Woo woo.
Woo!
Love the excitement, guys. Gregory has a mouthful of English muffin and milk, so he is absolutely fucking useless right now.
Hey, what are your guys' New Year's resolutions in the D&D game?
That's a good question. In the D&D game, Dabbledob, what's a resolution you have?
I don't know, probably kill more people.
Kill more people.
Yeah.
Okay, this episode's going to be a blast for me then. That's awesome. And Gregory, your New Year's resolution?
I'm sure no one's going to see this coming, but find a dope weapon.
Find a
Son of a bitch.
Wow. Riveting stuff. All right.
It's pretty
Mother
much all I
Teresa?
have to look forward to.
My New Year's resolution is to turn Gregory against Dabbledob.
Okay, unsuccessful in 2018, but let's see how 2019 works out for you.
Cup check.
Anything from you, Rogar?
Probably save more people.
Okay, so we got kill more people, save more people.
How about
find
save
weapons.
anyone from Rogar?
Save anyone. I like being good to finally pay off, like finally save someone's life. And Fievel, what do we got from you, my friend?
Teach people more lessons that my grandpepe taught me, and also to find my brother Rio out in this crazy world.
I'll definitely let you do one of those. Not two. You guys have to understand, time ago I told him, and this is true, I'm not going to role play Rioff, because I don't think I'm going to be able to bring the bitter animosity and the anger and the hatred for each other to that. I just don't have it, you know what I mean? I just don't have it in me. But we'll see when we get there. So yes, guys, this is the first episode of the new year, and we'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Die Hard Dice. Check them out at dieharddice.com. I gotta say, I was skeptical of trays when we first ordered in our stuff from Die Hard Dice when they sponsored us, and now I would never go back to rolling without a tray. Our old wooden table got mucked up by the metal dice, and now it's like just soft and smooth, velvety, silky. Those are the words.
Just like their trays.
Some might say.
So check them out at dieharddice.com and use your discount code Dicey D20 for a cool 15% off, my friends. That being said, do we have any questions, comments, or concerns from the players before we begin?
I'm concerned Rogar won't be coming with us.
I'm concerned I will be somehow. He said something about drugging me.
Yeah, it was super funny. About 4 days ago, Tyson McKay sent me a text message. He goes, so is Rogar coming with us? And I said, I don't see why he wouldn't. And he was like, well, are the Knights of the New Moon going to let him go? I'm like, he's not a prisoner. Like, he can do what he wants. And you know, maybe they're going to actually endorse this quest. Like, you never know. And he was like, okay, well, Fievel and I have a backup plan if they don't let him go. I was like, all right, dude, whatever you say. So yeah, hopefully we won't have to see plan B.
It's happening.
I think now it might be a drugging scene. So the question is how they get the drugs. It's like Get Smart, where she's like, in your belt there's this cyanide capsule. If you're caught, it takes 8 to 12 seconds. It's instant death. He's like, okay, but how do I get them to take it? Okay. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are picking up right where we left off, which means that our players just had a restful night's sleep after a very interesting conversation with Mr. Crane at the Jaded Giant.
What did he look like again?
Good question. Mr. Crane
like a
is...
bird.
Yes, he looks exactly like a bird. No, I'm just kidding. He wears Victorian-style clothes, a purple sash around his waist, these high black leather boots that reach almost up to his knees. He's got a Victorian-style brown cloak to him, right, and a silver pocket watch, which is always on his person. He's got short black hair, dark eyebrows, and he has a burn on the right side of his face. The flesh just looks like it's healed over from being kind of badly burned. It doesn't take up his whole face, but it's just kind of his cheek. He wears black gloves, and he has a walking stick, a cane, at all times, which the head of which is the head of a bird. Cool. So you guys just had a restful night's sleep. After speaking with Mr. Crane at the Jaded Giant in the private room in the back, you guys spoke about the journey to Malviesta, how his employer wants to speak to all of you, and he asked you all if you guys were down for it. Dabbledob said yes. Gregory
I had no
said
choice.
Yeah, you had no choice. Gregory said yes. Tyson McKay said sure. Fievel said yes. And I believe Rogar Ragnek was the only one who said, I'm going to think about it.
Me and Rogar were the only ones with the choice, so...
Correct. Yes, that is true. So, gentlemen, it is the following morning. You guys all had a restful night's sleep at the Knights of the New Moon's Guild Hall. I believe Gregory's going to wake up before everyone.
Classic
Because
Gregory.
of his 4-hour sleep bullshit. Do you want to do anything with this time? Or I swear to God, if you say look for weapons, I'm going to lose my shit.
Well, I mean, you know, it's always worth a quick check. No. No. I don't know. I guess I haven't fought anyone since I sharpened and polished. I'll just do more training, you know, classic.
Training in the Guild Hall of the Knights of the New Moon.
Yeah.
You should gently caress Dabbledob while he sleeps.
Yeah,
I don't want that hard rock, stone, wood body caressing me. That's not comfy.
Yeah, no, I
He's
carry him
trying.
home when he's too drunk to walk, but that's where the affection pretty much ends.
Yeah.
That's all the affection I need.
Then I,
you
then
know?
I
And
just
it's
watch
just-
the door to make sure nobody
And then it's just
violates
raw
it.
love at that point. It's not...
Gregory, I'm going to hand you 100 XP for training. You know, before the sun even rises, man. It's good for you. Some
love
good
it.
Warforged mentality there. I like it.
Always ready for a fight.
Gentlemen, the rest of you awake around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, if you so choose. I don't know if any of you got plastered last night.
I probably did.
You probably did, but you're used to it by
Yeah.
now. All
Some
right.
call me an alcoholic.
What would you guys like to do? start things off with a breakfast? Maybe start things out with a bar fight? I mean, how do you guys want to go about this?
We're going on an adventure.
Plus 50 experience points. I love it.
Yeah, probably breakfast first, since we're gonna be gone for a while.
We're leaving this place and we're never coming back. We gotta make them remember who we are. Not only as heroes, but
I
as
think we already did that.
people who could fuck
Oh my
up
god,
the
there's
city
the
too.
perfect Adventure Time meme for that. Where he's like, when your high level players encounter like a small rural town, it's like, we could rule them like gods, like angry gods. What a terrible way to think, Fievel. They already remember you chasing down that poor guard last time.
He loved it.
I don't
He's
think
never
I
had
have
so
to
much
tell
rush
them,
in
sir.
his life.
Slow down.
I quite enjoyed that scene.
Yeah. Listening back to it, I busted a gut laughing. Almost had to pull over. It became unsafe driving at that point. Okay, so you guys are starting out with breakfast in the guild hall.
Yeah,
Sure.
or brunch.
Cool.
No,
No,
breakfast.
it would be breakfast at this point.
Second breakfast.
I wait 4 hours for brunch.
Tyson, we've lost half the day, but now we get to have brunch. So, as with before, the Nights of the New Moon, they're not as strict as, like, you have to wake up by this certain time, but, breakfast is only served from 7 o'clock in the morning until about 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So they give them about 2 hours to, like, eat breakfast. And the cooks for the guild hall, make kind of like an assortment of food, right? Enough to feed the many men of the Nights of the New Moon. So you guys can head down, grab some plates, grab some eggs. There's some ham, as well as some bread, chunks of bread,
Is there
which you guys
bacon?
can have for. Is there bacon?
Yeah.
No, there's ham. There's also sausages.
That's good enough, I guess.
I think 2 different kinds of meat is enough for your cholesterol, buddy.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I don't
Do
think
gnomes
it
have
is.
high? I would imagine they have pretty low cholesterol. Do gnomes even like meat? Do they like to eat a lot of
Well,
meat?
this one does.
This one does. That's all that matters.
Yeah, don't stereotype, man. It's 2019.
Yummy.
Easy there. All right, so you guys can grab plates. If you like to sit down and eat, you can do that too. And I'm not forcing you guys to do anything.
I stand and eat.
Okay, Tyson McKay stands and eats.
I'm sitting, because that's what a normal person would do.
Plus 50 experience points. Congratulations.
You're all sheeple.
So, enjoying your mighty fine breakfast and finishing your plates, is there anything else that you guys would like to do while you're here in the guild hall of the Knights of the New Moon?
Grab Rogar.
Let's head it out.
Grab him, run!
That's one of
Yeah,
my breakfast.
Mother Teresa, is there anything else that you'd like to do while you're here? I mean, this is your guild hall.
So we gotta ask for permission to leave.
Yeah, I guess I'll go do that.
So you're
So
going.
You tell me what you'd like to do.
I said
Well,
follow me. I was up to something.
I'll go talk to Wolfhelm.
So, marching your way down the hallway over to the commander's office of the Knights of the New Moon. The door is open, so as you peek your very large Dragonborn head in, you see Wolfhelm. He is at his desk writing what looks to be some sort of a letter.
Oh god.
Okay. He looks up, flicking his eyes at you, and he says, "Rogar, my friend, what can I help you with?"
What's the letter say?
I walk in and I say, last night this weird Birdman.
You're talking to the Knights of the New Moon here, man. If you say Birdman, they're gonna picture a humanoid bird. So you gotta choose your words carefully here.
Just say a man. Just say a man.
Okay, I'll just say it, man.
Remember his name?
Fuck no.
What the fuck are you doing?
Victorian outfit? I don't know. Alright, I just tell him this man talked to us at the inn last night, like the bar inn, and he was explaining this quest that we had to go on to help Fievel and the others. And I was just wondering if I could have your permission to go.
So Wolfhelm continues to write with quill and ink upon his
dare you.
parchment. He finally dots a period and then places the quill down. He clasps his hands together and then he looks at you and he says, "What does the quest entail?"
Oh, yeah.
This isn't a laughing
I don't even know.
He's your superior.
I tell him I'm not too sure, but it's just to help out my friends.
Tell him we're going to that city.
Traveling to Malviesta.
Traveling to Malviesta.
Hmm.
Well, it's quite a long journey, my friend, but I'm sure you're up for it. I'll tell you what, if you're helping your friends, I understand. Yes, the guild hall does come first, but we're doing better than we have in quite a long time. With the keepers of Oskenheim here to help us, and the guard being replenished, I think that we'll do just fine. While you're on your quest, and when you reach Malviesta, I do have something for you, he says. As he opens one of the drawers to his desk, he pulls out a scroll of parchment. There is the seal of the Knights of the New Moon, a crescent moon with 3 stars to its left, and he hands you the seal of the Knights of the New Moon, the scroll of parchment. He says, I want you to take this to our brothers in Malviesta.
Oh, we have more brothers?
We do, in almost every major settlement in the west.
Oh my god.
What about the east?
So I didn't realize the Knights of the New Moon were such a big guild.
We are one of the older guilds, maybe not the biggest, but certainly one of the oldest. Take your leave. You've done more for this city than most, so if you need to help your friends, I understand.
Okay.
But take this scroll, and don't let anyone else's eyes pry upon it.
I ask him what's on the scroll.
This is for the commander at Malviesta. He is a little bit of an odd duck, so I ask you to,
He's a duck.
well, just hold your tongue.
Okay, I nod my head and I take the scroll from him.
He looks to you and he says, will you be needing anything before you go? Weapons, armor? Do you have horses?
We do not.
We do.
I don't.
Yeah, I was about to say, does anyone want to interject
Crane,
there and help
Crane
him
gave
out?
us
But-
a horse each,
I
pal.
want my Knights of the New Moon horse.
Oh, wow.
So you're going with no, we don't have horses, Mother Teresa?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't have a horse, so I'd like to have one, if that would be okay.
Wolfhelm looks to you and he says, I believe we could spare one horse. If you head over to the stables, speak with the lad in charge there. You should be able to let him know that you're from the guild, and he will provide you with a horse, one suitable for riding.
Perfect. Maybe if it would be alright to take a couple rations with me as well.
Yes, I don't see a problem with that. Take enough for a few days' ride. You understand you'll be on the road for about a month.
That far?
Did you not pay attention to the conversation?
Malviesta... yeah, you did not pay attention at all. Malviesta is nearly 300 leagues away. If you were to ride at a steady pace, reaching there within the month should be doable.
It's a long move.
And the riding will get easier the further you ride south. You'll soon escape winter's cold grasp.
I nod my head and I tell him I'll just take a couple rations and I'll be off.
He stands, comes around the right side of his desk, and clasps your arm in that forearm handshake that you Knights of the New Moon are so fond of. And he says,
Ooh,
take care of yourself, brother.
so I'll miss you.
Kiss.
Let's see what he says to this.
And I hug him.
Okay, he embraces you back.
So
He does not
press his
say I miss
glutes
you,
and say, I'm gonna
or I will
his
miss you,
tight
but he
ass.
does embrace you.
So this is what Knights of the New Moon is really about.
So he pulls back from the hug and he says, take care.
Okay, I tell him I'll write him a letter when I deliver the scroll to the other brothers.
Do that, and give it to the Knights of the New Moon there. They have ravens which can fly north.
Okay, and I take off.
Alright, so you head out of Commander Wolfhelm's office. You know what, for doing your duty, Rogar, for doing what's right by the Knights of the New Moon, I'm going to hand you 250 experience points.
Wow.
These guys are making sucking dick motions over here, but I just felt like that would be a shame to have that lost on an audio podcast, so we had to let everyone know.
Of course, yeah.
Dabbledob and Gregory think that's some weak shit.
No, it's cool. It's very, it's very better of you, yeah.
I know who to
So-
go
Agree with it. You're a little bitch.
Okay, so he's letting the Knights of the New Moon know that he's going. You got asked to leave Dabbledob for a dope axe, and you said no.
Yeah, Dabbledob and I do what we want.
Yeah, he's sucking them off, dude.
Are you doing what you want? Are you sure?
You're
'Cause
doing
if
what
it were me, and
Dabbledob
I'm
wants.
just saying, that dope axe, Dabbledob seems to do what he wants.
Yes.
Do you, though?
2019 starting off
Yeah.
strong with my resolution.
Now I'm the one making dick sucking motions here. Okay. So, Rogar Ragnak, you head out of Wolfhelm's office and down the hallway. Your friends are still sitting and eating. So
No.
You can
Well, Rogar was going to do this. Can we do something?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's no problem at all.
So as soon as Rogar gets up to leave, I nudge Fievel and I pull him to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Fireman, let go of me.
Listen, Fievel, there's no way Rogar is going to say no to the Knights of the New Moon, and they're not going to let him go. We got to do something.
What'd you have in mind, Tyson?
I think they probably have poison or some knockout stuff in the armory.
The alchemy shop across the road. I've been glancing through the window a couple times.
Is there an alchemy shop?
No, there's not. Fievel's just high, so who knows? You know what? I'm going to hand you each right off the bat 150 experience points for really role playing here. You don't know that Rogar said that he would come with you guys, and you think he's going to bow down to the Knights of the New Moon, and you guys are playing like you don't know. So I appreciate it.
I think there's might be something in the armory. We could go check.
Okay, yeah, we'll go.
So we go to the armory.
Okay, so you guys march past Wolfhelm's office. The door is closed behind Rogar Ragnak, so he's talking with Wolfhelm.
We hear
no one sees you guys. No one sees you guys marching past. You walk into the courtyard in the training area of the Knights of the New Moon. Gregory, you would be there at this point, correct? Or did you join everyone else for breakfast when they all came down?
No, I guess I'm still there. I would try to time it for the end of breakfast. I don't eat.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so you guys see a very large Warforged. He is currently training with 2 different Knights of the New Moon.
Just 2?
Sparring with them. Yeah,
a light day then.
Yes, a light day.
Your ass.
Yeah. He's, you know what? Actually, this is a good point. We're just going to roll D20s to see who's currently upper hand in this. Not 20 and 14.
It's not good.
14 and 15.
So, the one Knight of the New Moon, kind of a younger boy, almost like a young initiate. You are just absolutely dursing him. Every time his sword meets yours, you're kind of flicking it real fast and parrying his sword so it goes arcing the other way, right? Just leaving him very open and exposed. But, when you do that, the other knight is obviously closing in on you, and you're having to use your more fancy moves to get yourself out. But it's a very showmanship style fight. You're looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's not where I was expecting that to go. He rolled a nat 20. He should be getting his ass kicked.
I just wanted to get a rough idea of what the fight looked like, and I think that's okay. I think it's good. All right. So, Fievel and Tyson McKay, technically not members of the Knights of the New Moon, technically not supposed to be back in the training area, though they've been here for a while, and I think that at this point they just do what they want. The other 2 Knights of the New Moon who are back here are focused on Gregory. So what would you guys like to do now that you're back here in the courtyard?
I look for the cabinet where all the armory stuff is contained.
Okay, there's a very large storeroom, which is... Do you want to get the dick out of your mouth? Gee, both of you. God. There's a very large storeroom, which is against the outer wall of the courtyard of the Knights of the New Moon's headquarters. Marching over to it, there is a lock on it. It is a locked door.
I take my axe.
Okay, so Tyson McKay, wielding the dragon spine axe for the very first time. What would you like to do?
This lock has no chance.
I hit the lock.
Okay, all right, roll me a d20. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not that hard to hit the door. However, the lock is going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to require a 15 on hitting the lock. And because this is a black dragon spine axe, it's going to be doing acid damage as well as melee damage. Nice. So it's gonna make short work of the lock if he does actually hit it. If not, his presence is going to be alerted to everyone there.
A 14?
Okay, so as I said, we require a 15. You do slam the door really close, man. You just a hair's breadth away from the lock itself. You quickly look up, and it looks like the Knights of the New Moon and Gregory are all kind of absorbed in their fight, and that clanging sound that you just made, they just figured it was part of the duel itself. Oh. So no one has noticed you.
Oh, I was gonna say that him pulling that axe out would have piqued my interest. I feel like I would have caught that out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, you're fighting 2 dudes at once. I feel like maybe you can just.
Fievel, make a distraction.
Master.
Cluck, ice beam.
Okay, I will. I'll give you one more attempt on the lock here before I'm going to imagine that these other people notice you hacking away at the door.
Come on. Inspo point?
Sure. I don't know what the roll is, so.
Nat 20.
wow.
There we go.
Hey.
With a nat 20, the dragon spine axe cleaves into the padlock and severs it. With acid, running down the blade and onto the metal, the lock pops open, and you are able to pull off the top loop part of the lock and open the doors to the armory.
I'm
I'm going to give you, Tyson McKay, 200 experience points for breaking and entering.
Diablo, I'll stand guard. You go check and see if you can find any knockout poison or something.
You want me to be the thief? Fine. Hold my Drake. And I hand you a Drake.
Wait. Did we come up with a name? There was votes on the
Chomp, chomp.
Chompers one.
All right.
What came highest on the
Chompers
poll?
did.
Chompers, yeah.
Chomper? Nice. Is it
Okay.
Chompers or Chomper? I think Chomper is better than Chompers.
Chomper.
Yeah,
Chomper.
Dude, that's a Land Before Time reference. God, I love it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will admit I am a huge fan of the Land Before Time series. I loved dinosaurs as a kid, so that was like my favorite shit to watch.
Right. We'll rewind then. Tyson, hold Chomper. And I hand you Chomper. And I start to rummage in that cabinet.
Okay, Tyson McKay is now holding a dragon spine axe and cradling the dragon all at the same time. The baby Drake is looking at the dragon spine axe with horror. This is an axe made of dragons. I'm just kidding.
I hold it in front of him and I say, "This is made out of you."
Shit, terrible fucking dad. Plus 100 experience points. I think it's fine. Okay.
So is this enough for me to notice now?
Yeah, I mean, they're far. This is a very large courtyard, and they're pretty far away.
Okay,
And
but I
you-
didn't hear the lock
No,
splitting open or anything.
no.
That was a nat 20 too.
It was a little clink. Like it's
Okay.
and it's not like he's bashing like a big piece of metal, right?
Yeah. Cool. All right. No, I'm suspicious.
All right, so Tyson McKay has Chomper, and Fievel, what are you doing, my friend?
I'm rummaging in the cabinet.
Okay, so rummaging around, this looks like a weapons storeroom. In addition to weapons, there are casks of oil. They didn't give all the casks to Tyson when he tried to defend the city.
Those
valiantly.
liars.
Well, the town guard gave you what they had, but Wolfhelm definitely did not. He knows Tyson McKay's style, so.
That piece of shit.
Other than that, my friend, other than a wide variety of weapons, as well as whetstones, grinding stones, and a couple anvils and other bits and pieces of equipment, there is no shelf with marked poisons on it.
Damn it.
We could burn them to
It's
death
pretty
with oil.
it's pretty cold out here. You'd imagine that they'd maybe keep poisons inside somewhere.
Okay,
You gotta
I
hit the
walk
pharmacy,
out and I
dude.
say, Tyson, there's nothing in here besides oil and weapon.
Grab all the weapons you can.
This is
Not
so
proficient
bad.
with any of these.
Okay, well let's just close the door. Right, Rogar was here on it, and maybe they'll kick him out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's
Look for
pretty
paper.
quick thinking. Okay, so you guys close the doors. You gonna try and do anything with the padlock or no?
How much is left of it?
You know how like there's the loop on the top of the padlock? You essentially just cut it right at with a nat 20, you cut it right at the loop where it meets the actual body or mechanism of the lock. So,
I think if we
Yeah.
flip it upside down so the big part's on top and it's just sitting on that loop, it might seem like it's still intact.
yeah, that would mean the loop would fall down to the ground. Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Tyson, you got any
Boy,
glue?
son.
Oh, okay. Can I use a cantrip on it?
What cantrip would you like to use?
It's called mending.
Mending will work. Yeah,
Oh.
so mending repairs. Take a minute to cast a spell after it fixes a break or tear in an object you touch, leaving no trace of the damage. The damage can't be
Nice.
longer than 1 foot in any dimension. The spell can't fix constructs, magic items, but can't restore magical properties. So you repair the lock. Tyson McKay, I'm going to hand you another 250 experience points for breaking and entering stealthily.
How'd you do that?
Magic. Or Fievel, we know this. I can do magic.
Damn.
You're a wizard, Harry. All right, good stuff,
grab
guys.
Chomper back. Give me that.
I give him Chomper.
Okay. So Chomper still looks scarred from his experience with the dragon spine axe, but that's fine. He is back in Mama's arms. That's good, good shit. I like it. And what would you guys like to do now?
I say we just jump him as he comes out of the office.
Okay, yeah, we want to just wait in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait in the hallway for Rogar to finish the meeting.
Okay, so you guys wait in the hallway for Rogar to finish the meeting. You stand there for about 45 seconds, maybe a minute, before the door opens and Rogar exits Wolfhelm's office.
I'm going to stand on 4 feet right in front of him, and Tyson's going to push him.
Okay, so
Like
like
push
he's
him
going to
over
turn
Fievel
left
so
down
he
the
trips.
hallway. You're going to be to the left of the door, and then Tyson's going to be on the right side of the door, so that when he turns left, you push him over. Fievel, okay, I got you. Little schoolyard trick
They don't
here.
crush you, buddy.
If you do, luck's coming
Jesus.
after you.
So, Fievel, I'm going to need you to roll me a stealth check. You're going to have to beat Rogar's passive perception on this one, because he's just coming out of a door. Like, he's not doing a perception check out of a door.
Oh, so just 11.
All right, so you have an 11 passive perception. Awesome. And Fievel, what'd you roll?
8 total.
Okay. All right, so Rogar comes out of the office, turns left, and sees Fievel Mausentrov on all fours. Well, I shouldn't
pretend
say
to
all
lick
fours.
myself.
He's on 4, but I mean, he's got more arms than that. And you look on the ground to see Fievel Mausentrov on the ground. What would you like to do, Rogar?
Ask him what he's doing there.
Just cleaning myself, and I start cleaning myself.
Roll me a fucking deception check, you yourself.
It's a nat 20.
You know what, dude? You've seen Fievel clean himself in front of crowds. The middle of a hallway on all fours. This seems like a normal thing for him. Fievel, I'm going to hand you 150 experience points. Rogar, I'm going to hand you 150 experience points for not getting punked by these bitches.
We're not done yet. Well, if Fievel starts cleaning himself, I gotta push Rogar over.
Never mind. Rogar, you can keep the 150. I don't take XP back unless you make Drake references. Okay, I'm going to need a strength check out of Tyson McKay. And strength v strength, I guess, because, you know, Rogar...
16.
It's a 4.
Okay, so you push Rogar as hard as you can, but he does not budge, and your hands are just hard pressed against the armor on his back, trying to push him over. Rogar,
Nice.
you can do as you like now.
I turn around and grab him.
Okay, where would you like to grab him?
By the throat.
Just by the, not the throat, just by like his shirt.
Okay, you lifting him up, or are you just grabbing him?
Just grabbing him.
Okay, so you have Tyson McKay by the clothing at his neck. Anything else you'd like to do? You're just gonna stare at him.
No, it's gonna be like, what are you doing?
I go limp in his arm, and I start crying, and I hug him, and I say, Rogar, I can't live without you. You have to come with us.
I tell him.
Okay, so the door's still open. Wolfhelm is watching all of this. Okay. Wolfhelm walks over to the door, and then he says, in a pretty, sarcastic tone, he says, "He's going with you, you moron," and he closes the door to his office.
Wow, Rogar, he called you a moron. How do you feel?
I think he was talking to you guys. And I tell him I am coming with you. He gave me permission.
I now cry tears of joy.
Mom give you permission?
Would you say
More
no,
dick
Mio?
sucking from the peanut gallery on this side. That's great. Awesome job. For that wonderful encounter there, I'm going to hand everyone on the team 100 experience points. 100 for you two for putting up with it. Yeah, and 100 for you guys.
So worth
just
it.
because, it was such a worthwhile use of our time. Well, what would you guys like to do now? Dabbledob, are you still sitting down to breakfast?
Yeah, I'm still eating.
You're still fine.
I have this bag, I assume, and I'm gonna pack like sausage
So not wrapped, just
Nice and
sausages
greasy.
in this bag.
in the bag.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can't see how that's going to go poorly. So
I need rations, so here we go.
the idea behind rations is that they keep. This is cooked meat that's not wrapped at all.
It's fine.
Also, what, we're just gonna walk down a path or through a forest? 'Cause every
Stinking of
creature, every creature, like, oh, what's in that bag?
I can give Chomper some snacks.
All
Wait,
right,
does
true.
he have wings? No, drakes don't have wings.
He does not have wings.
Not
Okay,
yet.
I have the spell fly, so I'm gonna probably play with him a bit.
Okay. Sounds good. You understand that when you imbue a creature with fly, like they're under control of their actions, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not like you choose how he flies. You cast fly, he flies as he wills until you end the spell.
Oh, sick. So I'm gonna put him up like 60 feet and then cut off.
I'll murder
that
you in
is-
front of the group.
Deer.
Oh dear.
Jared Fievel, he's gonna murder you if you do that.
Yeah, well. My goal is to kill more people, so here we go.
Okay, let's start a poll on Twitter. I want to know how many of the listeners want Dabbledob to kill Chomper and how many of them don't? I feel like I know the answer to
Yeah,
this.
I feel like I
no
know
one
the
wants you to kill Chomper.
Everybody, yeah.
I feel like you'll quickly become the most hated player on the pod.
He's not.
I'm loved.
Okay. Gregory, you finish your sparring with your teammates. Well, teammates with the members of the Knights of the New
They're
Moon.
the enemy.
Yeah, they're okay. It is an amicable sparring match, and you head back inside, walking along the hallway to see Tyson McKay embracing and sobbing into to Rogar's arms. Fievel Mausentrov is currently licking himself on the ground. You just walking past
This
this.
is usual shenanigans at this point. I'm just gonna pass by.
Okay, so you walk past this into the large hall, the Knights of the New Moon, and you see Dabbledob Doppet hand bombing sausages into his pack.
Again, not phased, not surprised at all.
You
This
see
is
him
the usual.
scoop a double cupful in his hands of scrambled eggs. He begins to pull them over to the bag, and then looks at them, and then shakes his head and puts them back on the plate. So
Starts grabbing more sausages.
he's got something going on upstairs. You're not sure.
Smoked too much this morning.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I'll go up to Dabbledob and I'll say, packing a bed for the road, I see.
Oh yeah, got a long trip ahead of us.
Yeah, you think those are gonna make it?
A couple days.
Okay, so Gregory and Dabbledob are at the table together. How about my crew of pushers, trippers, and Mother Teresa? You guys gonna trip Mother Teresa? My God. Anyway, what are you guys up to? You guys heading back over the table, or?
We were also going to drug Mother Teresa, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's best maybe forget about that part.
It's only because they couldn't find the right drugs.
That's fair. It's fair. To be fair, who looks in an outside storeroom for bottles of drugs?
Did not think the armory was. gonna
Fievel
be
and Tyson, why does this surprise you?
I would have tried Wilman's first. You know, you could probably pay him to get something at least. You know, maybe
You
he's
still
got
could.
something in there. So where are you guys off to now?
Let's hit the
I'm
road.
ready to go. Let's
I'm gonna
just
go grab my rations.
You can head to the store's room. This is different than the weapons stores, but the store's room, it's beyond the galley, which is or the kitchen, I should say, of the Knights of the New Moon headquarters. So walking through and past there, you see a couple of the hard-working cooks still working away at breakfast, and you can walk past there. There is a man who is currently he's got parchment and quill in hand, and he is writing on a table or a counter in the store's room. He looks like he's in charge of keeping count of the rations and of the various foodstuffs that the Knights of the New Moon have.
Okay, I go up to him and I greet him. I say hello.
So he still writing with his quill, not looking up from his work. He says, "Hello there.
I'm just here to pick up a couple of rations.
All right. And if I were to check with the commander, he'd say this is all right."
You bet.
Okay, so still not looking up from his quill and his parchment. He points the feather tip of the quill over to the left side back corner of the store's room, which has a shelving unit on it, and there are rations there. So in leather, not pouches, but wrapping, there's breadstuffs as well as cheeses and some dried and salted meats, which are all kind of kept in these ration kits. So you can, he's not watching you with an eagle eye or anything like that, but you can do as you wish.
Grab some for me.
Grab them all.
What are you talking about? You have a day's worth of sausages, my friend. You're good to go. Grander adventures have been started on less, for sure.
All right.
Why wouldn't you want to waltz through the woods with meat just dabbling off you? Chomper's going to be your best friend until you drop him to his death.
No.
No. This meat's for me. Anyways, Rogar, what would you like to do?
Can I just grab like a week's worth of rations?
Sure, yeah. So the rations are stocked or packaged in a way that 1 day's worth of rations for the Knights of the New Moon are all kept in one of these leather-wrapped pouches rations.
Okay.
So you can take 7 of them if you'd like. There's a whole shelf of them, right? So the idea being that, the cooks and the guy here who's in charge of all this stuff, they keep enough stock so that they can obviously send any number of men out on any kind of mission. As soon as, they've determined, okay, well, this is only going to keep for a month, they start to eat them, and then they replace them, right?
Okay, so
So
maybe I'll
efficient.
take
Love it.
a bit more for everyone then.
Take a baker's
How
dozen.
many are you taking?
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks worth of rations.
Okay, so one more than a baker's dozen, then that's fine. All right. So you take 14.
Okay, yeah, 14 rations, and then I go to the chef's cooking, and I give them each a gold piece for cooking.
Nice. Rogar Ragnak, I'm going to hand you 200 XP. 100 XP for each gold coin you gave away. The cooks pocket the gold, and they say, "Thank you very much, Rogar. Looks like you're heading on a journey."
Said I am.
To your mom's head.
So I'll be gone for quite a while.
She costs more than a gold piece a night. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I tell them I'll be gone for a while, so if I don't see them for a while, I wish them good luck and, keep up with the good cooking.
They both nod to you and they say, "Best of luck to you, my friend."
Okay. I head out.
Cool. So out of the kitchen and into the guild hall, you are greeted, or you can see Dabbledob and Gregory together. Tyson and Fievel, what are you guys up to right now? Are you guys still in the hallway, or did you go back to the hall?
No, I'm really looking to find the alchemy shop.
Really want that poison.
Fievel's just still lying there licking himself. Tyson's just watching.
No, is there like an everything shop?
There are shops in Ryberry, yes. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. Like, there's general shops. There's an herbs and shop for like poultices and more medicinal purposes. It's not like an Assassins for Us shop. You know what I mean? Assassins for Us. Assassins are us. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, well, let's just go in the general store.
So you head out into the winter morning. It's a little chilly, but your mouse fur keeps you nice and warm. On your shoulder, Chomper is kind of curled around your neck, so his head is on your right hand side, tail draping down your left. And outside there is you can see Luck circling above, getting some early morning flying in.
Good honor,
Tell her to settle down. We got travel to do later.
You are fairly familiar with the streets of Ryberry, so walking down the street and into a general goods store, a bell tolls above your head as you open the door, closing it abruptly so that no snow or winds get into the shop. It's a very small, quaint shop. It looks like there is a ground floor followed by some stairs, about 6 stairs heading up to a larger area up top, and there is a kind-looking woman. She is not old, in her 40s. Okay, she's got a couple gray hairs, but mostly brown. She is currently knitting, and she is behind the counter of her store. She glances up as she sees you walking in. She looks back down, but then hurriedly looks back up because she now realizes the dragon around your shoulders, and she kind of eyes you suspiciously as you walk into the store.
I said, "Oh, this? He's dead. I just wear it around my neck."
Okay, so the drake does look at her, eyes very much alive. It is breathing and moving, and she just says, "If he eats my cat, you'll owe me."
Chomper's get her.
No, I'm just here to buy a couple of things. Your cat and yourself are quite safe.
All right, what is it you need?
I was going to say you wanted the cat and yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say, the way he said it, he was like, "I'll take your cat."
I'll take your cat. And then he's like, "Yourself?" And I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
This is a stick up. I said, "No, we're about to travel and I need some rations, not only for myself, but for this cute little guy around my neck here. And then I was going to grab some ball bearings if you had them as well."
So she looks to you, Fievel. From behind the counter, she pulls out a bag of ball bearings. She sells them in increments of 250, 500, and 1,000. So she says, "How many would you like?"
Just the 250.
All right, so she asks for 5 silver pieces
Are you
for the
high?
250.
This is a stick-up!
And
Whoa.
she says that her rations cost 5 silver pieces each.
Holy.
It is a day's worth of
I got
food.
mine for free.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I got mine for free too.
Yeah, I do. But I mean,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got to
mine,
eat
right.
protein. I can't just feed him berries.
Feed him Dabbledob.
You're
There
right.
you
I have sausages for your boy.
All right, I'll take 3 rations because I do have good berries, and I'm sure we could hunt while we're on the road. And then I'll take the ball bearings as well. So what is that
So
total?
20 silver pieces.
Okay, she can have them. Can I reach that high?
You can indeed put 20 silver pieces on the counter. Yeah.
All right.
It's all good.
Can I reach out?
I just throw them all on the counter and I say, good day, ma'am.
Okay, so she hands you the rations and the bag of ball bearings, and she says, "Good luck on your adventure."
Give me your cat.
You're not coming?
She looks at you and she says, "I didn't know I was invited."
I
But
just
no-
gave you
but
20
no.
silver pieces.
My
think
dear
that was
mouse,
for?
for the rations and the ball bearings, I can't go on an adventure. It's quite cold outside, and I'm happy here.
Tell her I could keep her warm.
Roll me a seduction check.
It's 15.
Okay, she looks at you and she winks and says, "Oh, I have no doubt you could, but I think I might stay here all the same."
Okay, I wink at her back and I say, "You have yourself a good day."
She says, "Oh, you too." And she kind of is, blushing a little bit.
She
Girls
was
want me.
cute. Or she's like an old lady, because I'm imagining an old lady right now.
She's not an old lady. She's in her 40s. She's good looking. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's a hard life in Ryberry. The winters are cold.
I'm gonna say these are old times. 40, she might as well be a grandmother. in this.
Yeah, no shit.
Whoa.
Don't talk bad about his girl like that. Okay, Fievel,
she'll
for
remember me.
purchasing supplies and for hitting on the lady at the general store, I'm gonna hand you 200 experience points.
Nice.
Now, before he hit on the lady at the general store, we're going to give him 300.
Yes. Subtracted it. What else would you guys like to do?
So,
Let's hit
I'm
the road.
gonna
Yeah.
go wait at the front gate for everyone.
Yeah,
We got to get our horses,
I'll
bro.
go to the stable.
I don't need one.
I grabbed Fievel's horse.
All right, so you guys head to the stables. There is a boy of no more than 16. He is currently leading a horse into the stables. As you guys approach the large barn doors, he looks to you all and says, "I'll be with you all in a minute."
Hurry up!
For the heroes of Ryberry.
Okay, so he pays you no mind as he brings a horse who looks pretty not terrified or frightened, but definitely difficult to work with. Brings it in. He pats her on the side of the neck, whispering to her, calming her down to bring her inside. No more than about a minute later, he returns to outside the stable. And he, kind of brushing his hands off on his pants. He says, "Can I help you guys with?"
We're looking
need
for
horses.
that... Okay.
He looks to you and he says, "Oh, you must be the men that Mr. Crane told me about." Yeah, he purchased horses in full for all of you.
Perfect.
Sick.
We'll take him now.
Okay, so he says, "Yeah, I do have them ready. They're all freshly tacked. Shoes are in good order, and they have enough supplies that should last you for your journey. So just give me 1 sec." He says, "You can follow me if you like."
Yeah, let's follow him.
So he brings you guys on inside to the stable.
It's a trap.
There are nearly 20 stalls in here.
Wait, do we get to pick which one we want?
You get to pick from a selection of horses.
Sick.
Okay, you don't get free rein because there are some Knights of the New Moon horses in here, as
yeah.
well as other individuals' horses. And this isn't the only stable here, but it is the one that you guys were sent to. So he points to the first 8 stalls on the left. And he says, "You have your free pick of any of these horses here."
I want a gray one.
Okay, roll me a d20. Perception check.
A 15.
Nice. So, looking along the left-hand side, the horse in the second stall on the left is a gray horse, but it's got kind of a lighter gray mottled look, so like darker gray with light gray spotting around
Nice.
the back and
Is
the
it,
neck.
is it a big horse?
It's not the largest of the horses, but it is a large horse.
That's the one I want.
Okay. So,
What's its name?
Shasta.
That's a horrible name. I'm going to change that.
Well, the horse answers to Shasta. So you walk over and you're going to, say you want this horse?
Yeah.
So the stable boy says, "It's a fine pick, sir." So he opens the door to the stall and leads the horse out. He's already got a saddle on and everything ready to go, and he hands the reins to you. And he says, "Best of luck on your journey, sir.
Thank you.
If you could wait outside, though, just so I can pull the other horses out, it'll make it a lot easier."
Alrighty.
Okay, so as you start to pull her out, he pats Shasta on the side of the head and he says, "Take care, girl."
She kicks.
No, Shasta likes this boy. She knows him. It's a good horse.
Some.
So just for your records, Shasta has a very gentle personality. Oh, I picked the wrong one. But she is very trustworthy, especially when riding. She's quite a fast horse.
Oh, I picked the right one then. We're
So
good.
you might want to gentle and fast.
Gentle
okay.
and fast.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. I'm gonna take 2 horses. Say one's for Fievel, but I'm taking it. So
Okay, sounds good.
I'm gonna pick number 7 and number 4.
Okay. Number 4 is a white and brown horse. Not the largest, certainly not the smallest. This horse's name is Creole.
Creole. Okay.
Creole, for your notes, is he has kind of a bland disposition. Creole's not really bugged by anything, not really feisty in any way. Kind of like the Eeyore of horses.
Okay. And what's the number 4 one?
Number 4. Sorry, that was number 4. You wanted number 7?
Oh, number 7, yeah.
Okay. So 7 is another white horse. She has some brown spotting, but it's not like large patches of brown. It is a female whose name is Petal.
Wait, what gender was my horse?
It's a female. Shasta's a female, Creole's a male, and Petal is a female. Petal is a feisty horse, okay? But once you gain her trust, she is a very, very fine companion and will follow you.
And can we rename horses or?
I'll do
it later. You know what? I'll do it later.
Yeah, if you're gonna rename them, I can't stop you from renaming them. These are the names that these horses know. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be confusing. It might not respond when you call it something that it doesn't know.
I lead my 2 horses out and I thank the kid.
All right. So thanking him, he says goodbye to each of the horses. You can tell that he really likes these. He cares about his work. You know what I mean? Okay, which leaves Rogar Ragnak, who I believe, Rogar, I guess you have a choice between a Knights of the New Moon horse and a horse that was provided for you by Mr. Crane. It's up to you.
Can I look at my crane horse first and then my Knights of the New Moon horse after?
Sure, there are 5 other horses that you can pick from Mr. Crane, so it's up to you.
I look for the coolest one.
The coolest one. Okay, so you're gonna have to help me out here. I don't know what the coolest one means, like in terms of
let's just say
coloration
the biggest
or
one there.
Okay. The biggest one is a large black horse. He's quite portly, but he stands nearly half a foot, almost a half a foot taller than all the other horses.
Oh.
As you kind of approach him, the stable boy walks up beside you and says, "Ah, that's Beethoven."
Beethoven.
Mm-hmm.
Beethoven?
Beethoven's a little bit stubborn, but he's a good boy.
Is there anything else to him, or is he just stubborn?
He's just a little bit of a stubborn horse. He's definitely got a lot of stamina, a lot of endurance, but it's not like he's like inherently disobedient. He's just, if he wants to graze on some grass and he feels like you haven't fed him in a while, he's gonna graze on some grass and not keep riding,
Okay. And then I go look to my Knights of the New Moon horse.
Your Knights of the New Moon horse, as you ask the stable boy, I'd imagine, he pulls you over to a horse beside the very large gray warhorse. This is another horse, warhorse, I should say, which is very large. He is a lighter gray than the darker gray warhorse that is Wolfhelm's. His name is Ike.
Ooh.
Oh, I prefer Mike.
Yeah, I'll take Ike.
Yeah, Ike is fearless, and is definitely accustomed to battle, so he's used to being ridden into battle.
There you go, Sab.
Alright, I take him.
Okay, so you now have Ike.
Alright, I head outside and I thank the stable boy.
The stable boy appreciates the thanks, which leaves only one member of the team to pick a horse. Gregory, what would you like to do? Or are you not riding horses?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Last time we felt like a horse was struggling.
Well, a larger
hold me.
horse could definitely hold you.
You need that black
Beethoven
horse.
could.
Yeah, Beethoven could do yeah.
Beethoven, but I mean, call him Beethoven. I think he might understand.
All right, I'll
does he play music?
take Beethoven.
Okay, Beethoven it is. So the large black horse is pulled out of his stable for Gregory. Awesome. So for grabbing horses, I'm going to hand you each 100 XP because you are getting on your way. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do?
I'd like to tell them that the bland horse or whatever, Creole.
Okay, Eeyore. Yeah, Creole. But he's an Eeyore-like horse.
Yeah, I'm gonna rename him though.
Okay.
His new name
So
is
just
Noah.
to let you guys all know, I have decided that if you guys are going to change the names of the horses, you're going to be at disadvantage for like persuading them or for animal handling checks relating to their name. Like if you want to ride them, it's not like you're constantly telling them their name while you're riding, so they're going to understand, spurring your heels into the side and riding. But when it comes to like, hey, come over here, Noah, but his name's Creole, he's not going to like understand what you're wanting from him, right?
No, his name's Noah, and he's our pack horse, so I tell everyone to put the rations on him.
Okay, all right, I see how it is. That's absolutely fine. You are free to do as you will. So you place your rations on the pack horse's back, Noah, and Fievel, you were meeting them at the stable?
I'm just waiting at the front gate.
Okay, you're at the front gate. All right, so team, what would you guys like to do now?
Let's head out.
Okay, so... Oh, I see a thought here. What do you got going on?
Are there any,
if you say weapons, I swear.
No, I was going to say, like, on the way out of the stable, any, like, little treats or apples or something for the horses?
I got sausages.
In their packs, they have a nut. I just heard we got sausages. In the packs, there are sugar cubes as well as apples, as well as...
they're all stocked for the rides.
Yeah, stocked for the rides.
Cool.
Also, these horses are from the north. They are going to, like, push their noses around in the snow, and they will find some sustenance there. But as you guys get further south, they can graze a little bit easier.
Cool.
Cool.
Just want to make sure that we were good for the road,
Yeah, I know. Mr. Crane has fully paid for all the supplies that you guys are going to need for the horses, at least.
It's awesome. What
Free apples and sugar cubes for me on the way.
Who's leading the way?
Your horse is going to hate you. So I'm assuming you've tied the pack horse Noah up to your horse, right, Tyson?
Yeah.
It's like he's... Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure you're not, like, letting him control his own destiny there.
Oh, God, no. I would never let Noah control his own destiny.
Good choices. Okay. I'm assuming you guys are going to ride to the gate?
Yeah.
So, riding on to the gate, you guys spot Fievel. He has Luck beside him, and his baby Drake coiled around his neck. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to throw a sausage at Chomper.
Okay, so you toss a sausage towards Chomper, underhand or overhand?
Over.
Jesus Christ, we're only a dexterity check.
That's a hot 7.
Okay, so the sausage drops in the snow, but Chomper leaps down from Fievel's neck. To be fair, it's not a far way to leap. He's pretty short. And bites into the sausage, swallowing it all whole, kind of like a baby bird, like kind of sticking his head back and like swallowing the whole thing without even chewing it.
Does he look like he enjoys it?
He does. Yeah, he lets out these trills, right? So almost very avian or very bird-like in his sound.
Huck another one.
Okay, so you toss another one. Overhand again.
Over. Yeah.
Dexterity check, my friend.
That's a 20 on that.
Right into his mouth. Nice. Great stuff. Okay. So Chomper then looks towards you, like expectantly, like waiting for more.
I'll give him one more.
Such a sucker.
So you toss another. It's okay. You toss another sausage to him.
Oh, that's a 1.
You smack him in the eye with the sausage.
God.
So Chomper becomes furious. Less so with you, but with the sausage. Tries to blow fire at it. It's just smoke.
He's just cooking it.
Even more furious, and then he devours it and rips it apart viciously. He seems very proud of himself as he walks away cockily from the sausage, knowing that he
Wait,
did
he eat it?
Oh, he ate it. He
okay.
He destroyed it.
Yeah, okay.
And begins to trot behind Fievel.
I like this guy.
You gonna pick him up? Or he's
Oh,
actually gonna walk?
I got a plan once we get outside the gate. Things
Okay.
are gonna change.
All right.
Oh, God.
So you guys are at the gate, and the guards atop the gate, different guards from yesterday, so good on you guys. Although those guys would love for you guys to leave the city for a while. They look to you and they say, "You guys heading out?"
No.
No. I'll pipe up and say, yes, we are.
Okay. All right. So they say, "Just 1 second." So they begin to crank the gates open. As they do so, a small gust of wind kind of blows at you guys from outside the gates. Light snowfall, but with like these high winds that you guys have got, it's kind of not whiteout conditions, but certainly a little bit blustery outside. You guys are now more than welcome to exit the city of Ryberry.
Let's do it.
All right,
On the
team.
way.
So you guys take your first few steps, or trots, I should say, out of the gates of Ryberry atop your horses for getting on the road. On the road again. You guys each gain 250 experience points for starting your journey to Malviesta.
Nice. Let's see
Okay.
if we end it.
is there anything you guys would like to do?
Oh yeah.
I was
Buckle up.
waiting for this moment. Buckle up. Okay, what do we got, Fievel?
So I'm gonna. Is Luck down on the ground, or is she flying above still?
She is walking beside you.
Okay. So I say, you know what, Luck, time for someone else to share the magic juice, you know? And I give her a little bump. I'm like, I still want you around, but I was like, this guy's gonna be the new canon, okay?
Wow.
Okay, Luck looks to you. You know, she's not a super intelligent creature, but she seems to understand what this means for her. Doesn't look super happy. You can do as you please.
Yeah, I put both my hands on her cheeks, or just a part of her head, like a compress, and I shrink her back down to normal. And
Okay,
absorb
so
all of her
removing
power.
your evolution points from Luck, she shrinks in size, no longer has wings, and cannot use energy beam attacks. She returns to a pony size. She kind of looks confused and shocked around, and you can definitely tell this messes with her psyche a little bit.
There, Luck.
Luck is no longer a evolution infused or bean juiced up, as you've been saying, creature. So Luck is back to normal, people. Regular pony.
Get her!
Nice.
Beat her ass.
No. And then we're still doing like the one evolution change per day type thing.
Yeah, I kind of gave you a free one here by letting you just suck all the power out of Luck at once because there's no literature on how this is supposed to work. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with one evolution point per day. Also, remember that this thing's a day old, so if you start just handing it shit, I just don't.
Just
You understand it's
World Eater.
It's an infant. Like, you understand that, right? You
Yeah.
saw what happened when its eye got flicked by a sausage. I'm not sure you want to start handing it nuclear power attacks.
No, not yet. I'm just gonna change its size from tiny to huge. No big deal.
Oh, shit.
You're not gonna just watch it grow for a bit first?
It's gonna eat
Yeah, I
our
mean,
horses.
I'm not going to lie to you. I have a growth chart planned out. Like, it's going to grow. Also, I feel the need to impress this upon you. It is an infant in its thinking, and you're making it huge, which means that a temper tantrum for this thing could be very devastating for the entire group. It's not, you haven't taught it anything yet.
I threw a sausage, dude, and it flipped
I
out.
fear that this will be a bad choice.
Yeah, just-
but again, I'll let the group tell you.
Just
you know what I
give
mean?
it little
So
wings
my-
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like let's
Out of my hands
little
now.
wings now and let the wings grow with it.
You know,
Yeah,
it's-
I mean I don't see how that could be a bad thing. Getting it to learn how to start flying early on would
Yeah.
be beneficial, and that's really the only difference between it and a full dragon, besides its intelligence, obviously.
Who's
Yes,
gonna
yeah,
defend
it's a-
me?
I don't know,
Rogar
the
will.
rest of the group and yourself for once. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you still have that energy
I'm
attack.
nothing
man.
without
It's still
my-
a pretty good energy attack.
Yeah, weren't you talking about how you have a dope energy attack that you're going to overuse?
You're right. I don't need beef. Yeah, I just leave them on the side of the road.
I just don't see any psychological harm coming to giving this thing wings. I see psychological harm and real death harm for you guys turning it into a large beast. A huge beast.
You won't attack me.
Oh no, it will. Especially if you're the size of a mouse to it.
See what else I have down here. Yeah, alright. I think that, yeah, the wings is smart. I like that idea. Let's give Chomper wings.
Alright, so
Now Dabbledob can't kill him.
blowing your beast master magic through him. Not large, but yeah, I guess large for his body. His dragon's wings are larger than their bodies. They're wider, at least. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah.
so these.
I'd say his wings are at least as long as he is.
I think they're
if
long.
not wider,
Yeah, they're
longer.
wider. So large wings begin to protrude from his back. The membranes of the wings are velvety and light red, and you can even see some veins through the wings as they begin to grow. However, the bone structures of the wings are covered in those red scales that are very similar to Chomper's body. And before long, he looks like a true dragon.
Dragon!
Wow.
Okay.
Let's try and go back
for
Okay.
pouring some evolution points into Chomper, I'm going to hand you 250 experience points, Fievel. I like it. Like where you're going with it. Definitely like this decision above making the infant Drake huge, for sure.
I never get what I want.
Kind of wanted to see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, is there anything else you guys would like to do now that you're on the road? heading out the gates of Ryberry.
Beat my horse. No.
Okay. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, our heroes have just stepped outside the gates of Ryberry. They are riding their horses south towards Malviesta, 300 leagues away along the trade road. What will happen? Will they get to Malviesta? What adventures and encounters will they have along the way? All these questions answered next time on the Dicey D20. It has been an absolute pleasure DMing for you guys, bringing you guys this cool content. So be sure to like us, subscribe to us if you haven't, and check us out on Podbean. We also have premium on Podbean now, so be sure to check that out if you'd love to support the pod that way. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for our latest updates. You can find us on iTunes, and check out our merch on podbean.dicyd20.com.
Good memory.
I'm so sure about that.
I'm never sure about the addresses of things, but I mean, we'll get there. Ladies and gentlemen, whether it was morning, evening, noon, or night, I'd like to say thank you so much for listening to the Dicey D20. This is your DM signing out.
This is Fievel signing out. Oh, wait.
This is Tyson. Flame on.
Flame on.
Plus 100 experience points, Mother Teresa.
Yes.